Hello everybody, what is going on? It's Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are playing some Total War Warhammer 2. Freaking heck yeah! The game dropped today and I couldn't be more excited. If you follow my channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of the first game. I have to admit, I was a bit of a late adapter, and I'll get into some of the reasons why later. But ever since I picked up the game, I have absolutely loved it. I've been playing this game pretty much non-stop recently, in an effort to get a little bit better at the game, but also just because I enjoy it. I've even been spending most of my free time playing the game, except for this week, because this week I've only been playing Divinity Original Sin 2, but that's a whole nother conversation we're not even going to go into. But anyways, back to Total War Warhammer 2. So I am super excited. Probably my most anticipated game of this year. If you're new to the Total War franchise, the appeal of the game is essentially it's a strategy game similar to Civilization, where you have a world and you can kind of move your units around in your armies and build up your settlements, but different from Civilization is you can actually even control your units inside battle, inside a special tactical map battle stuff, which is really freaking cool. It's cool to actually see the units that you build up actually fight. Now, what's new for Total War Warhammer 2? I'll be getting into that as we actually start the campaign. I put in probably about 30 minutes now. I'm not super familiar with it, but I've been following a lot of the pre-release coverage and just kind of wanted to make sure I knew where everything was before we actually started a campaign. So there are 4 races to begin with in Total War Warhammer 2, and honestly that was one of the main turnoffs for me with the original Total War Warhammer. Was I remember the original, like I've always loved Total War games. Like I remember playing Medieval way back in the day. I remember playing the first Rome, and I remember just all the variations, all the different civilizations you could play as. Like I loved playing as the Greeks and, you know, rolling around with my hoplites, or playing as the Macedonians and rolling around with the companion cavalry. Like I always loved the variations, and the fact is the original Total War only, I think, launched with 4 races, and then it had like 3 or 4 more that are all DLC. And that kind of turned me off. But I have to say, the more I play Total War Warhammer, I'm okay with it. Like, these 4 races play substantially different. And what's funny is you have 2 heroes for each race, and each hero plays completely different. You know, we have Lord Mazamundi here, and he is more of a spellcaster. He's actually supposedly in the lore one of the most powerful spellcasters. But then you have Krokar, who's like super infantry, tanky, get in your face kind of lord, and it just really changes how the game plays. So today we are going to actually be playing as Morathi, which, you know, if you looked at the thumbnail and the title, you already know. I have to say, I have been wanting to play as the Dark Elves since they pretty much announced the Dark Elves. I love Dark Elves in lore. They're just really fun. I mean, we're called the Cult of Pleasure. Like, how freaking hilariously awesome is that? I have to say though, the Dark Elves have been making a run for my heart recently. They look like so much fun, and I would love just to sing the Jurassic Park theme song all day with them. But we're gonna stick with Morathi. She has a bit of a hard start, and unlike every other Dark Elf race, she actually has Chaos Corruption, which we'll get to here in a little bit. So that actually makes her pretty freaking difficult, because everyone you confederate, or all your dudes that are around you that are Dark Elves, you are gonna actually have no Chaos Corruption in the lands unless you start spreading it. So that's gonna be fun. So what are the race attributes for the Dark Elves? Well, what makes them special? Number 1, they get these Black Arcs. They're powerful naval units that can replenish forces, recruit new units and forces, and bombard battles within range. They also have Slaves, which provide a bonus to public economies at the cost of reduced public order. Essentially, public order is always going to suck for the Dark Elves. And then they also get Murderous Prowess. Dark Elves receive the favor of Cain in the form, I think that's how you say it, in the form of increased combat performance, should they kill enough enemies in battle. Alright, so we're playing as the Cult of Pleasure. The challenge is going to be hard. Faction effects, we spread Chaos Corruption. We also have Diplomatic Relations, plus 20 with all of the other Dark Elves. And our hero action costs are negative 50%. Probably because, I don't know. But then our Lord effects, so Morathi's Lord effects, and I may be saying her name wrong. If you know the lore a little better, you know, you feel free to correct me on the proper pronunciation. But on turn start, lords in this character region have a chance to gain loyalty, local region, and also she gets +1 Chaos Corruption for all the characters. We also begin with a freaking War Hydra, which hell yeah, and a Harpy. So That's exciting. So I was debating for a little bit about going with Malekith, just because he's such a badass. He reminds me a lot of the Norskin faction and just how they make their heroes just like straight up like badasses who can just kill you in one-on-one combat. But the more and more I think about it, let's roll with Morathi. So it'll be a fun challenge. We're playing on hard. I'll shut up for the cutscene.
The world has seen countless murders, but one killing stands above all others. One death that has shaped the world. Malekith, son of Aenarion, was betrayed. The Elven princes crowned Bel-Shannar as the second Phoenix King. So Malekith brooded and poured his hate into a single cup. Malekith toasted Bel-Shannar, then stepped over his dying body and into the sacred flame of kings. But the fires stripped his flesh, and with a final scream, he hurled himself back from whence he came. His body was taken north, and a suit of armor forged. Malekith was reborn. The Witch King, and in his shadow, legions raised. Decades of civil war followed. Then Malekith embarked on the most ruthless of plans. His sorcerers would unbind the magic of the Great Vortex. Created by Kalidor Dragon Tamer and his elven mages, the Vortex siphons the winds of magic, keeping the demon tide at bay. Malekith's spell was flung at the Vortex, but Kalidor himself broke through the mists of time to deflect the titanic force back at its casters. The Shadowlands were ravaged, sundered.
You live. You die. You live. You die. Servants, you amuse me.
The dragon with two tails hangs in the sky, and you indulge in petty games.
You summoned me, Your Highness. You bring this witch here.
She's well versed in lore and prophecies.
She will betray you, my son, as all have done.
She's indebted to me. I have her soul. Step forward, Felicion the Heartkeeper. The comet disrupts the vortex. Whilst it is weak, a prophecy can be fulfilled.
Of a king who consumes the heart of Ulthuan. My son will take its power and our vengeance.
Find the Oracle. She knows what to do.
I am willing to serve, to earn my soul's release.
The dragon with two tails brings great turmoil upon the world, my children. Its wake disrupts the great vortex. The heart of Ulthuan is exposed. Such turmoil brings opportunity. Yet it seems my son is not alone in seeking to bend the vortex to his will. The traitorous dreadlords of Bleak Hold have struck in my absence. Annexing cities I claim and carrying off the treasures within. Whatever has driven them to such a suicidal attack is irrelevant. All who oppose the Witch King shall die.
Yeah, so I ended up cutting out the load scene in between here. The load times in this game are pretty long to actually get to the campaign map. So I don't know if that means the campaign map's just that much larger, or maybe there's just so many more effects on it, it just takes a lot longer. But man, it takes a freaking long time. So I'm probably gonna end up having to cut out all the load times, simply because it's just gonna be kind of boring to sit there and watch the bar go up over and over again. So let's see how they play. We are the Cult of Pleasure. So we have slaves. Dark elf factions capture slaves in battle. Slaves provide additional income but can negatively affect public order. Slaves can also be sacrificed to perform rites. So our public order starts at 0. We're losing 6 already. I'm sure it doesn't actually ever say because of slaves. There is a slave tab over here, but I'm sure the taxes is actually probably what the slave, like the -4 is probably from the slaves. But anyways, they give us more money, so it's kind of the trade-off. I don't think our public order is ever going to be good as Morathi, but we'll have to see. We also get black arcs. By performing a sacrifice to Mathlan, right, dark elf factions may summon a mighty black arc. These powerful floating fortresses can be used far from home to raise armies, recruit units, and support invasion forces with aerial bombardments. Heck yeah. And then chaos corruption. The deprived nature of Morathi and her cult of pleasure spreads chaos corruption wherever they settle. Cool, cool, cool. So we must counterattack at once, blah, blah, blah. So capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the following faction, Bleakhold. So this is kind of our tutorial mission. Essentially, they're telling us to basically take one of these 2 territories. Usually the game starts you off with a very simple, easy battle. Now, if we actually win the battle, we're going to get 1,000 treasury and 8 scrolls of Hakarti, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But before I forget, we actually have another unit here. So this is our army right here that we can move and attack. But we also have a unit here, the assassin. And what's cool is they actually tell you what they do. In the previous game, you didn't really know what they did until you actually tried doing it. But we can see that if we embed it with our hero, we can actually scavenge. If we basically have them in our territory, we're going to get increased slave income. So as long as they're in this territory, I'm going to make more money off our slaves, which we have 0, so that doesn't matter. And if we target a hero, we will assassinate it. If we target an army, we will assault their units, and we'll assault the garrison if we target the settlement. So let's go ahead and throw her within the army right now. So A, we're going to get more money as we win this first battle, but B, we're also going to have another unit to go kick some butt. Now, our first city is kind of crappy, and really, we do start in a really awkward position. You'll notice that we have a lot of ruined settlements around us. Now, the Ratmen faction, what's cool about them is you never actually know if the Ratmen are there or not. This could very well be Ratmen settlements. Their settlements show up as ruins on the campaign map, and you have to go explore to find out whether or not they're Ratmen there. So we can probably assume those are Ratmen all around there, so we're going to have to be a little careful when we go out over there. The other thing that's different is you notice that for our mission, it was telling us we get scrolls of Hakarti. So in the previous Total War game, essentially your mission was to conquer a bunch of territory and kill off a couple of the factions, you win the game. And it wasn't just a few, it was tend to be a ton of factions. And we can still do that. We can destroy all of these factions and maintain control of 50 provinces. Now remember, a province isn't just this one city. A province for us, this province is all 3 of these cities. So that tends to be quite a few settlements to actually maintain control of 50 freaking provinces. Now, what they actually added in this game, which is really freaking cool, is the Vortex Victory. So we have to complete all rituals and we have to win the following battle, the final battle. So these rituals are up here, and the way we actually perform a ritual is getting enough scrolls. So we need 350 scrolls. How do you get scrolls? Well, some cities provide you scrolls. So you can see right here, we're getting 1 scroll per turn, simply from a building that we have in here. I'm assuming it's this building right here gives us 1 scroll. Now, there are some territories on the map you can see over here that glow purple. If we actually conquer that, we'll get some more scrolls, and we can actually build buildings which will allow us to get even more scrolls. And that's really freaking cool. So our scrolls, per turn will go up. Also, anytime you complete a mission, you're going to get scrolls as well. So what's really cool about how this game plays is, as I was saying in the previous game, you could essentially, like, let's say I started up here and conquered all this territory. I could then just send all my forces out in this direction, and I would never have to worry about being attacked up here because essentially we wouldn't have any enemy flanks to worry about. What's cool about this game is anytime you start a ritual, there's going to be 3 cities that are actually performing the ritual. Maybe it goes up, maybe it's like 5 cities there, I don't know that for sure. But anyways, around those cities, chaos armies will actually spawn. And those armies will wreck you if you don't have armies back home protecting them. The other thing you can do is you can actually send intervention forces. So let's say the High Elves over here are actually performing a ritual. Let's say they have 3 cities over here and they're actually completing the ritual. We can spend a bunch of gold and actually send an intervention force, and that force is going to be AI controlled, and it's going to actually try taking over one of their towns to basically interrupt the ritual. And that's really something cool that we can do to stop it instead of sending an army over there to stop them. But remember, the AI can also do that to us. They can hire intervention forces against us, so we kind of almost always have to have an army near home just to kind of protect our butt. And I actually really like that change. That's really cool. Other thing that's different, we'll go ahead and hop in diplomacy. You can now see what your relation, the attitude is towards you right here, which is really freaking cool to see. So they like us a lot. They want a non-aggression and defensive alliance. So let's go ahead and grab that in the military axis. Since it's green, I'm going to go ahead and demand some payment from you. 900. You rejected that. Okay, so let's try this again. And how about a little bit less money for that? Luckily, it doesn't piss them off to actually ask them. And moderate, and they will actually accept that. Cool. And now you actually want a defensive alliance too, so that was also green. Let's go ahead and grab 300. You just want a defensive alliance. How about 200? And I'm probably not normally going to be this picky, but 200? You will actually payment 200? Sure, yeah, I'll accept it. Okay, cool. So we have a defensive alliance with her. Now, the more deals you actually make with opposing factions, the better their relation towards you is, or at least it'll go up each turn because of it. So you'll notice that we're going from 49 to 89 next turn just because of the treaties we have with them. So we have another faction up here. Oh, the thing is, if you get them high enough, then you can actually come here and confederate them. And then at that point, we take control of all their settlements, all their armies, and basically you conquer them without having to actually destroy them and declare war on them. So not everyone's gonna like us. They're -5. Will they take a non-aggression pact? They will actually take a non-aggression pact with us. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now they're gonna go up slowly, but they have a long way to go before they're gonna actually like us. And you actually, will you want military access? No. You also had a defensive lines. How about that? Nah, so they don't want it. I could pay them, but eh. And then we're at war with Bleakholds, but we can't even do anything with them anyways. Now we also have this trade thing here. We can't trade with any of the factions around us, which kind of sucks. And then there's a Beastman herd that we can actually peace out, but not right now. So how the trading works is each one of these cities have different elements. You'll see carved obsidian. I don't know if every faction or every settlement has it. This one has iron, and then this one has timber. And so you can actually build buildings within the faction. So we can come here and build resource buildings, and then it gives us basically resources that we can trade away to make more money, which is cool. The other thing with our city right now, we have 2 buildings in here. We have the Catacombs of Quintex, which gives us a ton of freaking money. This is actually a landmark building. So you'll notice right here, there's a landmark tab. Those buildings can only be built in that settlement. So anyways, going back, the Quintex, it gives us a ton of income. It gives us more growth, public order. So -30% penalty due to presence or lack of corruption, and then plus 60% income from all buildings. That's nice. We also have our basic barracks here where we can then recruit Dread Spears and Dark Shards. So if we click on our army, we can actually recruit these 2 units because we have the building for them. Now the thing is, I can go ahead, I have the money, I can upgrade this building. The thing is, I don't actually want to. So how settlements work is, as you get enough growth, you'll notice we're gaining 40 growth per turn. So in 10 turns, we'll have population surplus. When we get a population surplus of 2, we'll be able to upgrade this to tier 3. At that point, then we can build all these tier 3 buildings. Now the thing is, only your capital in what's this called? Not settlement, in the, oh my gosh, what's it called? The faction, no, the region? I forget the name, but whatever. They're only the capital in this province. That's the term there. Only your province capital can actually go up to tier 4 and tier 5, which means all these buildings here that only go to tier 3 will probably want to build in Iron Spike or the Moon Shard, with the exception, of course, of the Obsidian Quarry, which we can't build there. So we'll want that for trade. So eventually I'm going to just go ahead and demolish it. But if I demolish it now, I'm not going to actually be able to build any troops. So we'll probably want to conquer one of these two before we get there. And then in our capital, we'll actually be focusing more on the buildings that get a little bit larger. The other thing that's cool about this game is back in Warhammer 1, your capital can only ever get to 6, a size of 6. They've now improved it. You'll notice Quintex can actually get to 8. Some capitals can actually get up to 10, which is really freaking cool. However, the minor provinces can only still get to 4, so that is okay. Other thing to note is every freaking faction usually always starts out in a Warhammer game with an easy army. Actually, probably any Total War game, you start with an army right next to you that you can just go kill. So let's go ahead and kill them. I had a minor freak out right there. I'm like, I am recording, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and fight you. We do have our assassin in here, so cool. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. We should be able to win this battle without recruiting in additional troops. And normally, you'll notice right here, this is our balance of power. Since it's mostly yellow, that means we're gonna win the battle. We can quick save it. Normally I would just go ahead and auto resolve this, but since I've not actually played with any of our units yet, let's go ahead and hop into the battle. And this should be pretty fun to actually try out. Now the cool thing is we actually have the War Hydra with us, and this guy is a freaking beast. It's a late tier unit, so that's awesome. We also have a Harpy with us, which they have pretty decent damage as well, and our crossbowmen are freaking awesome. Now, oh wow, heck yeah. We have freaking fire pits or lava pits in here. One thing they did in Total War Warhammer 2 is they have freaking improved the battle maps. They look so freaking awesome now. What is this over here? It's like a tower or something. Can I actually hover over it? No. Okay, so we can risk magic for more favorable wins. We're at 22. I only have like one spell to begin with, so let's just go ahead and start deployment. So they currently have their army over here guarding that pass. Let's actually take a quick look at all our units. Our crossbowmen, our freaking dark shards are pimp. I have to admit, I did mention earlier my love for the lizardmen. Ironically, the reason that I decided to pick dark elves, or to go with the dark elves, was because of the dark shards. They're freaking high damage range units, and I absolutely love them. And they just look freaking badass too. They also have pretty decent melee attack and melee defense. They're not going to hold long in a battle, but they definitely can hold a line for a little bit of time. Behind them, we have our dread spears. This is just our basic infantry. They're anti-large, so if they're ever fighting giant units like the War Hydra, they're going to get a bonus against them. They're also going to have charge defense, which means they're not going to take as much charge damage. And they're shielded, which means I guess they have a little more armor. This unit has a shield and will block 55% of small arm missile fire. Ah, okay. I never knew that. Good to know. And then back here we have our assassin. He has a weapon strength of 330. Compare that to our dread spears, who have a weapon strength of 25. So yeah, your hero units do a ton more damage. He also has poison, which is going to reduce armor piercing, missile damage. It's going to reduce their speed, reduce their weapon damage, reduce their armor piercing damage, and their missile damage. That's awesome. Now what's funny is, let's compare his damage. He has 330 weapon strength. She is our lord. She only has 340 weapon strength. So we're probably not going to want to put her right away, like smack dab in the front of the battle, because she's probably going to get her butt kicked. So how we're going to organize ourselves is, I'm going to go ahead and put our archers at the front. He's over here, so let's put our archers over here. And we're probably going to move up just enough so that we can hit them in range, and then he's going to have to come chase us down. Let's go ahead and grab our dread spears, and we'll put you guys in lines behind them. We'll take, what, 4 lines right there. I'm going to put Morathi probably smack dab in the middle of these guys. I'm going to put my assassin. Let's put the assassin on like the left flank, and I'm going to go ahead and put the War Hydra up here. You know, I didn't actually look at the War Hydra. Hi, buddy. Aw, you're so cute and cuddly. Aw. Now, what's cool is they actually have fiery breath, and dragons in this game also have fiery breath. So that's actually a ranged spell we can cast on them. So that's why I'm going to keep him on the front row. Also, I didn't really look at Morathi or my assassin. So, hi, Morathi. Yeah, you're not really wearing a lot of clothes, so probably a good thing it's nice and warm here. So, hi. This game is going to be like the one time I'm probably going to have a quick clickbait title for the thumbnail. And then, yeah, you just look like a badass. You have a freaking dagger and a crossbow. That's awesome. Okay, let's get to the battle. Enough delay. Go ahead and... Oh, my harpies. They actually have Vanguard deployment, so let's go ahead and throw you up here. And whoopsie. What I'm probably going to end up doing is fly them over the top as we get closer and just have them attack from the side. So let's go ahead and move, or not. He's actually going to go ahead and attack me. All right, I'm okay with that. So one thing I have done in this game now has the settings option for default guard mode. So in the previous game, if you wanted your units to be in guard mode, which essentially means they're not going to chase after enemy units and try running them down when they break, when essentially the morale gets too low, now they'll just default in guard mode, so they won't go chasing after the enemy. I feel like that's pretty good in this game, especially since I feel like units tend to rally a lot more in this game, so you kind of want to keep your lines as much as possible so you don't find yourself getting flanked. So we're just going to chill for the time being. I have my archers in the front line, but they have skirmish mode on, so when these guys get too close, they're actually going to run away. So let's go ahead and speed this up while we wait for them to get closer. We should auto fire. Oh, they actually have a hill here. I kind of screwed this up a little bit. I should maybe move our units back so we have a better aim. Like, terrain really does have a big issue, so we just can't shoot as far as we normally can because we're shooting uphill. So that kind of sucks, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. So we should be within range right about now. I actually want both of you guys to just go ahead and shoot at the Black Arc Corsairs because these guys have a little bit more damage than these other guys. And then I would like Mr. Cuddly Dragon to go shoot at him, and let's go ahead and throw our new spell on this guy as well. Oh yeah, and so that gray bar is essentially their morale, and when that gets to 0, they're basically going to start running away. So yay. So he is running away. Whoopsie. Let's go ahead and actually let's put these guys in a group. We're gonna put you guys in 3, put you guys in 2, put you guys in 1, and then let's put you in 4. And actually I would like you to come on up here. Start getting forward. And let's go ahead and have you guys starting to shoot. Let's shoot the ones in the back because it's going to take them longer to get there. And I'm actually going to have you guys go ahead and charge forward. And let's have you guys... Now, normally you don't want to go charging into spears, but he does have terror. Like, he does cause terror, so we're going to go ahead and just, like, throw him right into battle. Same thing with Morathi. Let's go ahead and get you in here. She's still got a little bit of time before the spells. Oh, yeah, that was a nice charge. Let's go ahead and put you down here. What are my... Yo, I actually want you guys forward. So just go ahead and come over here. So, hey, 3, go ahead and shoot these guys down so they don't come back. Because most likely they're going to come back and attack me. Let's go ahead and throw a spell on them too. So this... Where's this hero? His hero's right there. So basically all their units right now are breaking. I'm assuming... What does the white flag mean over the top of them? That means they're actually routing compared to you, which means you're just wavering. So they're running away, but they're not actually breaking. They're actually not routing. So let's go ahead and keep shooting these guys then. Yo, where are you guys going? I want you to come over here. Keep hitting these guys hard. How are our units doing? Morathi is taking quite a bit of damage right now. Okay, so we actually have them running away. I actually would very much like to kill his hero. So let's just have everyone make sure they're targeting their hero, except the archers. I don't want the archers to do it. And hopefully we can keep him trapped in here and kill him off. And let's actually go ahead and put you guys over here real quick, just in case he starts running away. I'm assuming he's going to run away this way. If he actually runs away that way, then I want him to die. Can I actually spell you? Will this actually hurt me? My units? What does this do again? Look, causes damage to combatants, strong versus multiple, weak versus a single combatant. Actually lowers his speed. So, yo, actually need all you guys on this guy. Yo, kill him. Actually, no, you guys just go right here. And really, I just want them there in case he breaks out of all my units trying to kill him. Okay, shoot him. Yo, no guard mode. Kill. Why are you not getting into this freaking battle, man? Oh, he's just shooting with a crossbow, isn't he? So I'm hoping we can actually kill this guy. Yo, why are you not shooting? I may have to turn off guard mode. I don't know if I like what it's doing. It's just making the game a little more unpredictable for me. So he's at 1,000 HP. I don't know if my harpies are going to be able to bring him down. Let's just go speed 3 and see if we can take him. I would like to kill him, so then hopefully we won't have to fight his army again, but we'll see. Hey. Big cuddly man. Can I actually have you fireball this guy? What kind of damage does that do? Maybe. And then what about you? You want to throw another spell on him? See if we can actually get this guy down. So he's at 779 HP right now. I don't think we're actually going to get him killed. Oh, well. Ah, 72. Wait. Pause. Oh my gosh, we might actually get the kill. Kill him. Kill him. Oh, we got the kill. I think Morathi got the kill. I wanted to actually zoom in on the kill feed, but we missed it. So we deployed 364. We killed 4. Our War Hydra killed 73. Our archers, well, one of them did 40 damage. This one did 18. So not bad. Our dark spears didn't do a whole lot. Our harpies were okay. And then Morathi, yeah. So, wow. Yeah. 4 freaking losses. That's pretty excellent. Probably gonna go ahead and put a cut in here because, like I said, these load screens going back to the campaign map take a while. So anyways, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so we have a decisive victory. We got 1,200 gold from that. Let's see what else we got. We got a potion of strength. Okay, and then we also gained a rank, so she leveled up, and so that's gonna be some of the RPG elements about this game, which is really cool. So we have essentially 3 options after every battle. We can go ahead and ransom captives. So our casualty replenishment rate is going to go down, but we really didn't have many casualties, but we'll gain an extra 340 treasury. We can also murder the captives, which gives our units plus 100 experience, or we can enslave them, which gives us more slaves for our basic settlements, so we can make more money, and also allows us to replenish. I think I'm going to go ahead and just try grabbing some early XP, although I do want the slaves. We don't really at all need units replenished. I mean, we lost like a couple units, so let's go ahead and just like do the experience right now. Let's see if that actually leveled any of our units. So, nah, none of our units actually gained any levels. Oh god, yeah, wow. They'd take a lot more XP to actually level up now. So they need 831 more XP. So we ended up killing the enemy hero, which is cool. We still have his army though. We also got a potion of strength. So the potion of strength allows me to do armor piercing damage and weapon damage with her, which is cool. I actually may want to put that on my other guy. She's a dark manipulator, so that's a chaos corruption. Cool. So the other thing that's different in Total War Warhammer 2 is in the first game you had about 30 levels that you could get with the hero. In this game you can now go up to level 40 with your hero, and there's a hell of a lot more spells, or rather a whole lot more things that you can do with your characters, which is really freaking awesome because you can just tailor them to however you want to play. So you can go down the blue route, which essentially just gives you bonuses for the campaign map. You can go down the red route, which basically buffs your army. You can go down the yellow route, this yellow route, which essentially gives you basically buffs to her to make her more badass in combat. Or this route right here, which is actually mostly going to be purple, and that's more spells and stuff like that. Then this stuff is all new here, which just gives you really cool things. So this gives me campaign movement range for all characters. This gives me +5 public order everywhere. So we will want to get Insidious when we get to rank 12, which is really, really cool. What does this do? Upkeep -30% for all units. Holy crap. So yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. What we're going to get for rank 1 is Route Marcher. You always want to grab a Route Marcher just because it allows you to move around the map a lot quicker. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and take the Potion of Strength and give it to him. Just because, well, he is a ranged unit. What does it do? Weapon damage, armor piercing damage. I don't really want to use her too much in melee if possible. I think I'd rather throw spells down. So the other cool thing about the game, and we're slightly out of our territory, but now in this game, if you move, you can still recruit as long as you're within your own territory. So if I was right here, I could actually still recruit this turn, which is really awesome. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and chase down this army, and we're just going to auto-resolve this and just finish killing him off Cool. I will go ahead and unit replenish this time because the auto resolve usually doesn't do as well as you, so we took a little bit more damage there. She actually got a banner of swiftness, which allows you to give 1 unit speed, which is really cool. Probably give that to my harpies actually. And she gained another level, so let's go ahead and grab spells. So I'm gonna go down the spell tree, and what's cool is you can actually do different levels of the spell. So we already had this spell, so we basically picked up a negative 30% cooldown to it, and we can also overcast it, overcast it, which is cool. And then if we get it tier 3, basically the cooldown's even quicker. Also, you get -1 cost, and the upgrade's -2. When's the magic cost? -1. -2 cost for the upgraded. Oh, and then -15% for the upgraded. Basically, okay, so there's 2 different versions of the spell now. We have the regular spell, or we have the overcast version, which is the upgraded. Cool. All right, awesome. So we good there. I am gonna go ahead and move her back into my territory. Nah, her HP's really good. I think I'd rather keep you here, but we will go ahead and put her on march stance, so we can go ahead and take this settlement next turn. Just make sure we're within range. I thought about moving her back here and actually building some units, but let's just go ahead and take it over. I already talked about the settlements. I'm not going to upgrade you for now. What else can we do? We want to go ahead and pick up a tech. So we have choose or die. Some choices require next to no thought whatsoever. Nice. So driven by vengeance, we can do recruitment costs for jet spears, dark spears, or bleak swords. We can do income from raiding 15%, income from post-battle loot, or founded on territory plus 10 growth. We will be doing quite a bit of recruitment. -5% doesn't seem like a whole freaking heck of a lot. How much do these guys actually cost to recruit? Can I actually see that? Is there any way for me to actually look at that? So let's see, they cost 0% upkeep. Now I can't actually see that way. 5% doesn't seem like a whole heck of a lot. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the growth. And by growing, that's gonna allow our provinces to get bigger quicker and allow us to get higher tier units quicker. So let's do that. So our assassin also leveled up, and we're just gonna make him more of a badass. So let's go ahead and improve his melee defense and melee attack. Thank you very much. And we should be good with this turn. So that was a very long first turn, I apologize, but hopefully we'll go a little bit quicker as things move on. Now, there tends to be there is a lot more factions on the map, which is really freaking cool. Who are you? Oh, this is the Bray Herd. Okay. Hi. Is this the one I'm at war with? Yeah, it is. Yo, you want a piece? Nah, he does not want a piece. So hopefully he's not going to move in on my settlement. We do have walls, and he is pretty small, so I'm probably not really that worried. So let's go ahead and switch to normal. Let's go ahead and take on Iron Spike. He has no walls for the settlement, so we can instantly just attack it. I will put the Banner of Swiftness on our Harpies, and let's just auto-resolve it because it's going to be a quick, easy battle. So close victory again. Now I can do one of 4 things. We can raise it, which will just destroy it. I don't want to do this because I actually want to settle it. So we can occupy it or loot and occupy it. Since our public order is already kind of crappy, let's just occupy it for now. Although extra slaves might not be bad, but for now let's just grab that. She also got a potion of speed, which gives her more acceleration, charge speed, speed, and vigor. I may also want to throw that on our other dude. So because we took a settlement, we got 1,000 treasury and 8 scrolls. Nice.
After extensive and
delicious torture.
Those captured Druki have confessed that the enemies of the Witch King attack my territory in order to gain control over the very same scrolls that we...
Okay, so that's the one thing I actually really like about this game, is it seems to have a lot more lore. Like, I guess there's cutscenes every time you finish a ritual, plus that cutscene in the beginning. So it's really, really cool. I actually like it. By the way, I didn't explain this earlier, but if you kind of miss what's going on here, we're Morathi. Also, if you're wondering, if you play as Morathi or Melkeldeth, wait, what's his name? Melkeldeth? No, I forgot his name, but the other guy, the Witch King. If you fight as him, it's the same cutscene. But essentially, we are the mother of the Witch King, and our whole goal is to basically put him on the throne. So that's kind of the goal, and we're actually going to be trying to, you know, take control of the Vortex. So yay. Iron Spike, we already have a Conscription Hall here, so I can actually go ahead and just tear you down for now. We also have enough population surplus that I can get you at tier 2, so let's go ahead and grab that right away. Our army, she leveled up once again, so I am going to grab Soul Blight. I like Doom and Darkness, negative 16 leadership for a unit, but I like the hex areas. And so that's negative weapon damage and negative armor for a bunch of units within an area. So let's go ahead and grab that right away. You'll notice our units are gaining really decent HP. Since you guys are sitting here, let's go ahead and actually let's start moving you guys out. We're at negative 17. Yeah, let's go for Moonshard before they can actually come back. Oh, you actually can't move out because you took over a settlement. Never mind. Go ahead and build up some units for now. I'm wondering if I should maybe just merge these units, but the thing is, I think they lose the XP then, so whatever, we'll wait a couple turns. So let's grab 2 Dread Spears and 1 more Dark Shard for now. Yeah, and we'll go next turn. And so that turn was a lot quicker. Now the interesting thing is, what is this Brayherd doing? Hopefully he's not coming at me. Oh, he's coming at me. Okay. Well, we know what we're going to attack next turn. Fun times, fun times. Oh, it's my turn. Hi. So we can actually go ahead and get in this battle right away. He has 7 units. And they all look pretty low level. We have 11 units. Oh, our assassin actually gained a level. Let's go ahead and give him precise for more weapon strength, which is one of my favorite abilities. We'll go ahead and... I don't want to talk about that. I actually didn't want you to do that, dude. Oh my gosh. So we actually got a success. So we ended up killing a bunch of his spear herds. Sure. I actually wanted him in the battle, but whatever. That's not the worst thing that happened. At least he passed. So he's actually running away right away.
Plots to enact.
But I'm sorry, you can't sit here in my territory. That is not cool. Can I get you in here? I can't get you in here this turn. Dang it. All right, well, we'll kill him. We'll chase him down. And hopefully, we didn't eliminate them. We will go ahead and grab more slaves. Let's just grab the slaves, get more money. Nope, he died. Cool. So we got armor piercing damage. We got another banner. So faction destroyed. Nice. At least we don't have to worry about piecing them out. And we will go ahead and start building more units. Let's grab 1 and 2. And next turn, we will get you back in this army. Let's grab level 2 precise. We can grab Stalker. On turn start, lords have chance to gain loyalty, but the in-company lord, I don't have to worry about loyalty with her. Now, that's a little different. The loyalty is something unique for the Night Elves. Actually, one of the other factions has loyalty as well. I think it's the Ratmen. But anytime we recruit a lord, they actually have a loyalty, and low loyalty, they may actually uprise against you. So loyalty is a measure of the willingness of a lord to follow the leader of his or her faction. Should a lord's loyalty reach 0, they will rebel, taking their army with them. So you kind of want a leader with high loyalty. She also gained another level. Let's go ahead and just grab Doom and Darkness. And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this first episode. Is there anything else we want to do real quick? Yeah, let's go ahead and build here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Cultist Gathering, which gives us more public order and more chaos corruption. Our chaos corruption is actually going negative, and our public order is also pretty bad right now. So let's go ahead and grab that. We're probably going to have an uprising. Come on. When it hits negative 100, you actually have an uprising in your territory. But that's not the worst thing in the world, because you actually farm up experience with your hero for it. So, anyways, since this is a brand new series, all the support you guys can offer is great. Also, what the heck is going on here? That looks freaking awesome. There's like skulls in the mountain. I love it. So go ahead, drop a like. Let me know. Give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about it. Any suggestions you guys have. Any, if you know anything about the lore. I'm not that knowledgeable coming with the Warhammer lore. So definitely feel free to throw lore my way. I love reading comments like that. And also, as always, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.